How's it good? Today I'm going to be doing a full rundown of the Speedroids as an archetype, variants that you can play, and just how to kind of play them. I'm not the expert, first of all. I just want to say this completely right now. I am not an expert on Speedroids. I have been playing them for a while and know a few things, but there are some really other great people that have done this. Check out Areasol Tcg's videos and Winter Kills. I'll link them in the description. Also in the description, there are going to be timestamps for the different variants. So let's get started. First of all, as you can see, this is a going first build. This is the build I showed in my other video. It's literally the exact same. No changes have been made because it just works really well. Crystal Wings with a Crystal Clear Wing or Baroness can stop most opponents' plays, and Kite Drakes and other cards on the follow-up can just ruin an opponent's days. The main deck is unchanged. You could take out a horse, stilts there, and as I said, I was going to be talking about variants. There are a few variants of this going first. First is a Battle Wasp variant. The Battle Wasp variant uses, I'll just bring these over here, okay, if I can move them over. Battle Wasp, Sting the Poison, Pin the Bullseye, and Twinbo the Attacker. Sting the Poison is an insane card. It's just a normal summon or special summon. It searches for Battle Wasp. You can search for Pin the Bullseye, which then becomes a free extender. And then you have two materials. This is either a Rubber Band Shooter, or it'll help you get Auroradon access later on. And finally, it helps you get to, I think it's number 3. Where is he? Number 3, Cicada King. Now, Cicada King is a very good card. So, it can negate opponent's monster effects and then bring back one of your, in the graveyard insects. So, what you can do is bring back the Sting the Poison to search for Twinbo the Attacker, which is another free extender that can actually help assemble lethal with Card Turbo. And then the final thing is that Sting the Poison has an effect where it can tribute another insect to mostly be a infinite imperm. So you with one Cicada King, you get double negates. And you're wondering, how do you get this stuff out? So, that's where Auroradon comes in. One of the reasons I'm not playing Auroradon is I'm really dumb and haven't memorized the combos. But, shockingly, you bring out Auroradon, then you bring out either Wallowbren or Blue Impala. Usually, for the XYZ builds, it's Blue Impala, because it's a level 3. And then you make cards like Cicada King, Leviair, or what the heck? Leviair the Sea Dragon, and Totem Bird. There's another, I think it is a Dijin card that, if you're playing the OTK variant, or if you're playing an OTK version of the deck, you can put this in, because it's a very strong card, and mostly what it is attach a XYZ material, and the attacking monsters double it, so it becomes 3k, but with the boost from Card Turbo, it becomes 30, or wait, if you activate Card Turbo 4, it's boosted up to 23, so then it becomes 46, I think, because it just a 4600 beater is pretty nuts. So Dijin with Card Turbo is insane. That's one of the things. But these are all the cards that you can really run in this going first. Totem Bird is a Spell Trap negate, but you don't really need it since we have Crystal Clearwing and Baroness now, because that was one of the main issues. You never really, with any of the synchros, made any Spell or Trap negates, but now Crystal Clearwing and Baroness have solved that issue. Leviair is for bringing back a Den Den Daikoduke to extend into more plays, as I talked about. Dijin is for OTKing. But this is a going first variant and different variants of going first. Now, probably one of my favorites, going second. So you'll see there are a few differences with this list. First of all, there are a butt ton of kaijus. Kaijus are very good in this deck, and especially with the little combo I have. So, you have Kaiju, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, you use that, you give them Humongous. Humongous is a level 7, and Speedroid Militia Magnet is kind of like a super poly in a way, I guess you could say it, where you synchro with it and a monster your opponent controls. Militia Magnet plus a level 7 is 8, and you want to know what that makes? Kite Drake or Hama. Usually it'd be Kite Drake to wipe out any other cards that your opponent has on the board. But that is a fun combo. You could take that out and place them with the Ancient Warrior card. I'll find it. If I can actually type Ancient Warriors. The Ancient Warrior card that I'm speaking of is, I have skipped past, I guess, Loyal Guanyun. I can just bring it in here. So what Loyal Guanyun does is, it's like a worse Pankratops, but it's a wind monster, so it works well, and it's also level 7, so any level 1 synchro can make Kite Drake or Hama. So it is another good viable option to play in this deck. Then we have Wind, shockingly. But the other thing you'll probably see right off the bat, what the heck is going on here, are the Wind Witches. So in my personal opinion, Wind Witches are one of the best engines to work with Speedroids. I put a very small Wind Witch package in here, but it works very well. And what the Wind Witches do, I mean, it's a 1-card Crystal Wing. What more can you ask for? 1-card Crystal Wing with protection with Snowbell and set up with Wing Pegasus. It is easy, and also it gives you, I'll probably have to talk about Hama now, but it gives you access to easy Hama. So Hama is an OTK machine. So I'll just read. When synchro summoned using a synchro monster's material, it can make a second attack. You can use each of the following effects once per turn. When this card inflicts battle damage, make all monsters your opponent currently control lose one stack. So, honestly, that's all you need to know. The second effect is, if your opponent has not taken any battle damage, you can burn them for 300 for each battle loss. Yes, that effect sucks. But the first two, it can attack twice, and when it deals battle damage, it reduces all your opponent's monsters' attack and defense by 1,000. And may I remind you that usually, when you go for Hama, it's going to be buffed by card turbo. So it's going to be like, I think it's 3,500 if I'm doing the math right. Pretty sure. 3,500 double attacker that reduces opponent's attack and defense. That's very strong for going second in OTKing. Combine that with hopefully maybe just clearing their board out as a whole with Kite Drake. If you don't know what Kite Drake is, I talked about it earlier. So too bad. But Kite Drake and Hama are just insane. Also, Variants helps with breaking boards, because if you didn't realize, it can pop any card on the field on your turn. It's insane. Why did they make this card? Alright, aside from the ranting, the rest of the list is pretty normal, except from, ooh, what's this? This is an insane card. Banish up to 2 Speedroid monsters from your graveyard. Targeting any cards on the field. Destroy them. I remember I was playing testing with a friend. He did not know much about Speedroids, so I started doing stuff. And then he did stuff and broke a good amount of my board. I came back, I dropped a Shock Surprise. And then I won. This card, Shock Surprise, is so insanely powerful. It clears boards inside the Speedroid archetype, and is just flat out insane. especially when, obviously, you're going second. But yeah, this is just a great addition to the Speedroid. And you may be asking, one last thing, why are you only running one duplicate? It's a great card. Well, if you remember, this deck is completely based on going second. Traps don't work really well going second. So, I play one to dump with a magical hound, and then also one if I'm forced to go first and can search it out or do something with it. So that's why I run the duplicate. But that is this list. There's nothing else kind of interesting in the extract other than the addition of Hama. And maybe Juju. I'm not sure if I had Juju in the other list. But Juju is another great card. Cannot be destroyed by battle card effect while you have 2 or more monsters in your graveyard with the same original type and attribute. Huh. Wind machines. Huh. Wind machine. I think I see a pattern here. So, you got wind machines in the graveyard. You're gonna have a good time. He's gonna be protected. He can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, so it's a hard card to out. And then, banish 2 monsters with the same original type and attribute with different names. Target a card on the field, send it to the graveyard. So a card that can be targeted, that can't be destroyed, can be outed by Juju. Or I don't know how to say it, okay? But this card is another really strong addition. It's a great going second, another way to help break boards. And also, if you don't kill them, it's a hard card to remove. Now to the final one. The Speedroid grind. Oh yeah, baby, let's go! So this is a deck of my own mental insanity. It may look like all the others, but no. This is a grind deck where you just try to grind your opponent down with the recursability of only speed recovery. That's really the only recursive card, and the ability to do stuff with Magical Hound. And of course, don't forget the Wind Witches. With the power of Wind Witches, your goal is to every turn just build a board, attack, and just not let them. They can break your board, but they won't be able to kill you. That's the entire goal. And then after that, you just slowly, using the speed recoveries and the duplicates and top decking a Terra top with no cards on the field, you just grind your opponent out, also with Shock Surprise, until you can finally, towards middle or late game, just go for a push with Kite Drake. Or you can use Kite Drake on, or it's a really dumb deck, and I'm even including the Wind Witch Synchro, and that if you don't know what this does, that's not surprising. Nobody does. So, but I'll quickly tell it to you. When Synchro Summon, target a Wind Witch, inflict damage equal to your opponent, equal to half its attack. Oh, great. I can burn my opponent for 750 damage. Oh my gosh, that's busted. But no. The actual important part is, if once per turn, if your opponent takes any battle damage, or takes battle or effect damage, target a card on the field, pop it! And if it was Synchro Summoned using only Wind Witches, you can use this effect up to twice per turn. So, as long as you're dealing some form of damage to your opponent, it's a double pop, which is pretty good. It's like Speed Recovery, but a 2800 beat stick that has Wind Witch in its name. Not sure when you'd really want to make this over Crystal Wing, but if you've completely run out of Crystal Wings and Kite Drakes, then you can obviously always make a Diamond Bell and do some shenanigans with it. So, these are the variants. I know there are other, like, crazy, insane, nuts variants that I haven't even talked about because I don't know them. But if you guys want to know about them, I will link the Speedroid Discord server in the description. So you guys can go ask people how badly I messed up on these lists, and also ask people about different lists. And they're like, these Speedroid people, I gotta tell you, they're the smartest people alive. Like, have you ever heard of Areasol Tcg? I said I'm gonna link some of his videos in the description. He's freaking insane. He single-handedly made Earth Machines a good deck. And also showed off that Speedroids are pretty nasty as well, and I'm excited to see what he's gonna do with all the new support coming out. So, without further ado, go check everybody and everything in the description, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.